Hello and welcome back to War Thunder, and to my favourite plane of them all, the Seahawk FGA 6, which is still fantastic, even at 8.0. Yes, it's in less of a strong matchmaker, but honestly, in ARB, it's actually okay. It's still relatively perfect. It's a unique experience in comparison to a lot of the other planes at 8.0 and 7.7 in general, as you'll see in a minute when I show that, hey, actually it's not a jet, it's a Spitfire with jet engines, because that's what the British are good at. They make things that turn because that's Britain in a nutshell. Everything is topsy-turvy. No, we don't need our jets to go fast and have missiles and all that shit. No, no, no. What we want is we want a relatively slow jet that can turn perfectly and carry lots of ground ordnance, because that's where everything must go. It must explode. Anyway, get away from the evil Casbrain. Okay. Yeah. Is this spot an F9? Is that an F9F? I think it's an F9F. I can't exactly tell, but what you're gonna see is a lot of people underestimating the Seafire and then setting themselves up for me. So the F9F shoots off his first missile. I believe he gets a teammate with it. I can't exactly tell because it's lagging out a bit. And then an A4E and a F86 are on the tail of a Vautour, and they set themselves up perfectly for me so I can get a nice double kill, just like that. This is almost every single match. Someone sets themselves up for me. Every single time. Now, obviously, you won't get 4 to 5 kills every single match, but you're able to just snatch 2 to 3 frags relatively easily because everyone underestimates the Seahawk. Like, oh yeah, it's slow, it's never going to do anything. It's got, what, 20 mils? Pfft, that do nothing. And people also forget that it has 420 mils and go in head-ons with a Seafire. A Seafire. Jesus Christ, that's my other favorite plane. With a Seahawk. And then they let themselves get outturned by a Seahawk. And it just keeps on going. Now I almost take a casual head-on with the Sab 105 there, but I don't quite make it because I'm scared of crashing into the train. But I finish off the F9. Excuse the coughing. And that's it. And now it's just, I believe, the 105 left, which is going to turn into a chase fight. Where, well, I'm too slow to catch him because my thrust to weight ratio is something like, I want to say 0.5, while his is closer to 0.7 or 0.8. But what the Seahawk is great at is turning, obviously. It's a little tiny aircraft that's great at turning, which you don't see in other jets. And you can use that to bamboozle everyone. And that's always what happens with matches. No one expects a Seahawk to bamboozle and then either appear out of nowhere, outturn you, and then fire a missile at you if you're using a Mach 100. Or appear out of nowhere, bamboozle you into a turn fight, use its flaps, and then just clap you with the 20 mils. It's perfect. It is it's the perfect jet for me. This 105 is going up into a stall which my two teammates are following, and this A4E is going to come down and get the base. And, well, I'm going to turn onto him and then hopefully get some shots on. So I try to take a cheeky wee head on here, but I fuck it up because I can't lead at that angle. And I dive after him because my energy retention is great, but my acceleration is terrible. That's the only downside of the Seafires. You have no acceleration whatsoever. You're powered by a poodle trying to ride a bicycle. And now the A4 has bombed the base or done whatever he was trying to do and failed. He's going to come back around and try to take me in a head on after I've wasted some energy going into a vertical and a re-engage on the Sab 105, which I then flip off and instead take a head on with the F4E. And that's where you can see the 20 mils doing their thing. It is awesome. It's just perfect. And that's pretty much it. I can't really do anything against the 105G because he's faster than me. Excuse the coughing, Jesus fucking Christ. I've got a frog in my throat or something, Jesus. The only thing I do better than the 105 is outturn him if I use my flaps, which I'm not doing because I'm kind of scared of ripping them, because they start to rip at, I think, 250 miles an hour. If I was practiced, if I'd done more than one match in the Seahawk, I would have probably been able to get him in that turn and lead it properly. But as you see, I only get a hit because I'm just leading slightly too far back, and 20 mils, obviously, they don't do anything. But that's the only downside. It's hard to lead because they're underneath the pilot, and your acceleration is non-existent. But anyway, I've pretty much run out of ammo, and what I'm going to do is go off and return to base after firing another burst after the 105, which obviously misses. I've got my smoke on because I'm trying to provoke him into attacking me. Obviously the most dangerous one, but he's being smart and not engaging. And I'm just going to go back to base, and because I've got hits on him, again, 20 mils don't do what 20 mils do. And so I'm just going to go off back to base, and I'm going to get an assist for that. Anyway, if you like flying the Seahawk, give it a like, maybe subscribe. I love the Seahawk. I love British planes. And, well, no, I don't. I love the Seahawk. I love the Seafire, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Like, subscribe if you want more. I have another video coming on Monday, and I will see you in Hell Freezes Over. Ciao.